What's up, all you Lucid investors out there? How you doing today? Welcome back to the channel. It's D's Daily DD, where we do our due diligence, right? And it's your boy D. Welcome back. Like I said, to any Lucid investor out there, guys, I want to, go over some things today. I want to go over the Q4 report yesterday that came out on earnings, right? There was a lot of information. If you tuned into the live call, right, which I did, I got a really good feeling, a good vibe from it. Like I could tell that the CEO was into it and he was very proud and very, energetic and ready to release this information because he sounded very positive and very optimistic. And I know there's some Lucid haters out there or whatever, right? But Lucid is a good long-term play in my opinion. Again, I want to remind you that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, so take it for educational and entertainment purposes only, right? So I do want to remind you that I am personally a Lucid investor, right? I'm going long. I believe in the company, the technology, where their heads at, right, and all that stuff, right? So that's why I believe in them, and I can kind of compare them to Tesla. I do like everybody else, kind of use that method, right? Where you can compare companies based off data or, the same sector or whatever. Even though the CEO, he did say that he's not thinking that he's in direct competition with Tesla, right? He did say that. All right, so today I just want to make a quick video, go over some of the numbers, some of the data, and where I think this is at and where it's going, okay? So if you find this information useful, if you learned something from it, hit that like button, leave me a comment. If you're a Lucid shareholder, right, let me know in the comments, all right? And yeah, this goes out to y'all, okay? So yeah, let's jump into it. So the first thing we're gonna go over here is going to be the Lucid chart, all right? Not gonna spend too much time on this here right now because I want to go into, like I said, the earnings report and all that. But what I do want to point out is that we're in this range, right, where it has spent a lot of time, right, and we're right back in it. Even though it broke out once and it broke out twice and came back, I think this is a very comfortable price for Lucid. It tends to spend a lot of time here, all right? So yeah, we could see a little more downward price action, maybe to 22.20. It has dipped there, a couple times before. So you just always have to keep that in mind. But like I said, I'm going, I'm looking for this for probably for like 3 to 5 years, maybe more as a good return, right, on this investment. So I'm okay with where we're at right now. I actually am okay with the way it's holding. It is down negative 15% today based on all that information that came out yesterday, right? So whenever you're playing calls with stocks, or especially if you're playing earnings, right, like it's very, very risky. It just adds to the risk, right? Because we saw a pretty good drop. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, but yeah, you see the whales pumped it up, pumped it up, pumped it up all the way again to that resistance, which is 30. Hasn't been able to cross that in a while. And then you saw the massive sell-off, right? Which to me was interesting because this happened before the news came out. Okay, so just want to point out, like, wow, yeah, like the whales really just were pumping and dumping this, all right, because they know that the retail investor does like this stock. Okay, so just wanted to point that out. We can go and look at the 2-minute chart right now, see where we're at. But yeah, this was pre-market. This is the morning, right? It kind of went up and then just came back down and is at 24.57 right now, as we record this video. Okay, so the information I'm going to go over is from the Lucid website. I'm going to give you the pros and the cons the way I see it, and we're gonna jump into this information. All right, so it's the fourth quarter and fiscal year 2021 earnings report. It was released on February 28, 2022, which was yesterday. Just some fine print there. Here's the contents. And this is where I'm gonna start off with. Lucid's mission is to inspire the adoption of sustainable energy by creating advanced technologies and the most captivating luxury right now, electric vehicles centered around the human experience. Groundbreaking for Lucid. All right, so here's where I want to talk about some of the pros and the cons. Right, I did take some notes here. So the Lucid deliveries, right, to me right now this is a con because they missed on that due to shortage supplies and due to the supply chain and whatnot, right? So right here, as of December 31st, 2021, they're saying, right, 125 deliveries. Doesn't, sound like a lot because their market cap is currently like at $40 billion, right? So the sales and the deliveries don't match the market cap. And everyone's always like, oh, well, it's so overpriced, right? Well, it's because of the technology that's also priced into there, right? In my opinion, because they are selling batteries, they make everything in-house. So I'm going to read this part, right, just to show you. The fourth quarter and fiscal year ending December 31st were extraordinary periods for Lucid. The company began production and customer deliveries to the groundbreaking Lucid Air from its purpose-built vehicle and powertrain factories in Arizona. The world's first officially certified, independently validated electric vehicle with a range of over 500 miles on a single charge, and the world's fastest charging EV, right? The world's fastest charging EV, right? That's also why the market cap is up there, is now in customers' hands. These breakthrough metrics were achieved by leveraging in-house technologies, endowing Air with unsurpassed efficiency and fueling demand with over 25,000 reservations to date. So that is a pro, right? Because they had to think about like 17,000 reservations back in November. So now we're looking at 25,000. So it's supply and demand there, where you have a lot more demand and you can't deliver the supplies, right? So what's next? The reservations, like I said, that was a pro. The potential sales here, right, what they're estimating as of yesterday, right? So it's 2.4 billion. That's a pro. The next pro is going to be the studios, the service centers. Now they have 20, right? So that's a lot more. I'll show you a couple pictures of like what I'm talking about, but it's where you can go and experience the car, learn about it. You know, there's some popping up here where I live, so I've definitely noticed that. Employees 3,900. Cash on hand, guys, that is definitely a pro. They now have 6.2 billion in cash, right? And then maybe you can't see it from the camera right here, but that's what it's at. So what else? What else here? The Lucid became a public company, right? And listed on the NASDAQ on July 26 under the ticker LCID, selected to the NASDAQ 100 index in December 2021. Kicked off phase 2 factory expansion in Arizona and added 2.85 million square feet, launched the Lucid Dream Drive and made updates available, raised 2 billion through the issuance of a convertible green bond. Remember that, right? When they issued that, the price dropped because everybody took it as like an offering, right? So production exceeds 400 vehicles with over 300 deliveries to date, okay? So in December, they had 125 deliveries, but now they're sitting at 300 deliveries to date, and a continued focus on exceptional quality. In 2022, announced plans to build the first international manufacturing facility in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So that's another pro, right? Let's move on. So it's just going to give you some customer reviews here. Overall, the best car I have driven, right? I own 80 cars. The driving dynamics on the Air are the best there is. And we have heard that a lot, right? That the customers are very happy with the product. I've watched reviews on YouTube and all that, right? Like everybody says it's a solid, build so far. And they really experience like the experience of driving the car, which is why, I think they won the Motor Trend Car of the Year for 2022, okay? And that's old news now. But yeah, you could see all the media, right? All the attention that comes to it. And here's some more details about like how everything is in-house, okay, guys? So they have a lot of experience from what I heard from the CEO talking. Like, he's very proud of his team. They keep hiring, experienced people. And you should know that he's, Peter, the CEO, he was involved with Tesla when the first car of Tesla came out, right? And so what's cool to me is that they're building everything in-house: electric motors, transmission systems, power electronic inverters, Wonderbox, and battery packs, right? That's what I think is awesome. Kind of giving you the details. But even the Lucid Air, the cheapest one, right? It still has 800 horsepower, guys. Like, that's insane, right? My truck only has 400 horsepower, and that's already fast. Like, I would love to experience, right, driving one of these. I haven't yet, but hopefully one day. So the growing capacity and capabilities, the Lucid's core EV technology is not only created in-house, but also manufactured at LPM1's Lucid dedicated EV powertrain facility in Arizona. And the CEO, he did say that they're, right now looking to build another warehouse here in Arizona, okay? So that's also a pro, okay? So to me, guys, there is a lot of pros, right? Like there's way more pros than cons. So, and as far as my investment, I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty confident in it, okay? And then, like we said, they're gonna go build one to construct a new production facility in the Kingdom of Saudi by 2025. It says right here. Okay. So what I do like, right? They're covering they're covering what they need to here. You know, they got studios in Vancouver and Seattle, New York, Miami, Houston, Phoenix, LA, right? They're covering the major cities, so they can start, you know, getting some sales going, right? Okay, so the balance sheet here. Everything right here is supposed to be represented in millions, okay? So here is their year end December 31st. Like the lady said on the call, that they are sitting on $6.2 billion, all right? And the total, you know, what they're worth with all their assets and everything, they're worth 7.8 billion currently. And what you have to pay attention to here is the change, okay? So they're up 19% for the year, okay? In December 2020, they were sitting at, I believe, 614 million. Now they're at 6.2 billion, right? Huge jump. Operations, all that. Okay, a little more details. Let's go over these. Just look at these pictures, you know, very high quality pictures of the Lucid. You know, this is the only car they have right now, but as well as, like, they were talking about an SUV on there, which is going to be called Gravity. And they want to also at the end of the year start producing the cheaper version of all this, right? Because they've just been selling the high end one, which is like over 150K, I think, a car, but the lower end one is going to be 77K from what I've seen. So, you know, these are the studios, guys, you know, some of the technology in the car, some pictures of when they were building this massive warehouse. That's why I am like, this is a whole different game now, guys. Like, you know, before when they were a SPAC and they were CCIV and all that, like it was a way different time because now they actually have their warehouse. Now they actually have cars, products right there. You know, they're being very public with the information. They're building these beautiful studios everywhere, right? So that people can come in and learn about EVs and their EV, right? And what their plans are. And then here, so consolidated balance sheet, right? So we're gonna just peek at this real quick. The current assets 6.5 billion, and then right with everything included, the property, the plant, equipment, you know, the total assets are 7.8 billion. We go over here to the liability side, right? As of December 31st, 2021, you're looking at 396 million, and then after they add everything in, the debt, right? Liabilities and all that, looks like their liabilities are sitting at almost 4 billion. All right, so they're still, you know, positive as like they're not in danger right now of going bankrupt, right? Or none of that, because the lady, right, that was speaking, I don't know her name, but she was saying that they have enough cash on hand right now to produce and to go through all the way until like the end of 2023, you know, according to their calculations, right? So here's the raw data. Consolidated statements of operations, right? It's unaudited, but talking about the losses in thousands. So there should be 485 million as of 2021, and now, and compared to 2020 where they had 199 million, right? That's for the 3 months ending in December, and this is for the year. Okay, so that would be 1.5 billion, and that would be 599 million, all right? But because they're producing more, you know, they have more expenses, of course, more cost, and because they're also selling more, right? So let's believe this is the last page of it. So yeah, 2021, right? The last 12 months ending cash, they're saying they're sitting on 6.2 billion, compared to 2020 when they were sitting on 640 million. All right, so huge difference there, huge you know, progression in my opinion, right? And then another con, right, the price dropped, yeah, you know, for the daily chart right now, like down 14%. It's trying to make a little comeback right now. It's at 24.74, right? To record this video. But yeah, just you know, that's why I'm saying, like, in my opinion, guys, there's a lot more pros than cons here, right? They're sitting on more money, they're producing more, they're expanding. What more can you say, right? Little more cash flow too, free cash flow seems to be up, and yeah, so sitting at 434 million, I believe, compared to in the last 3 months ending up until December 31st, right? Compared to 296 million. So they have a little bit more free cash flow. And then this is a 1.4 billion versus 1 billion, okay, from the whole year in 2021 compared to the whole year in 2020. All right. So yeah, guys, just wanted to, put that information out there for all the Lucid investors. If you, hopefully I broke it down a little bit more, kind of gave you a macro picture, right, on what's going on. So you're not thinking about, unless you're just day trading this, I mean, do what you want to do with it, with your money, right? But that's where I see this in the long run, and I think this is going to be a great company, going into maybe 2025 through 2030, right? They have a lot of good plans, and I think the CEO is running the ship. He's driving the ship, and he's ready for success. Like he's setting his team up for success, the best way that he can, guys. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. Thanks for coming by the channel. I appreciate it. And again, if you liked the video, got any information from it that you learned or you liked, right, hit that like button, leave me a comment if you're a Lucid shareholder, and we'll see what happens here soon, all right, with the price and all that, all right? So catch you guys later.